San Jose is a fun city for a weekend adventure and one that is often overlooked due to its location near famous tourist cities like San Francisco. We spent 3 days exploring San Jose and found a lot to like there. So join us on a 24-hour adventure as we explore some of San Jose's best museums, family-friendly adventures, and hidden gems. This is the 7th in our family exploring series, and you can watch the rest of our California adventures in the description. Let us know what we left off that you love in San Jose, and let's jump into it. We started the day with a visit to San Pedro Square Market, which is an awesome spot in downtown San Jose. Here they have one of my favorite coffee shops called Voyager, which is a great place for coffee and for a pastry. They also have the Peralta Adobe outside, one of Spanish California's oldest structures from 1797.
Since we have kids with us, our first stop today is the San Jose Children's Museum. I'm going to give you a few other stops if you're not traveling with children. Sunny, are we going to go play? Yeah. All right, let's go. Run, run, run.
As you walk to the museum, you'll be along the Guadalupe River, which is a nice walking and biking trail in the city. We got to the museum about 10 minutes before it opened, and there was already a line to get in on a weekday. The San Jose Children's Museum is pretty much the best children's museum we've ever been to. It opened in 1990 and it has about 52,000 square feet of exhibit space.
We're on our 4th round of the light bright section, which means that we just get to sit here and relax with our beautiful wooded tree.
There's more interactive exhibits here than you can count, and it's great for all members of the family as there was an area for younger babies that were just crawling and areas for older children as well.
So cool.
I've never been inside an ambulance.
That's a good thing.
I know.
After playing for a few hours, we worked up an appetite and it was off to our lunch spot at Falafel's Drive-In. With over 50 years in business, this is a much-loved spot in San Jose that was even featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I've been here many times over the years, but it's well worth coming back for, especially the hummus and the pita chips.
The large hero sandwich. Cheers. That was really good. Cute.
Believe it or not, they also have a banana milkshake that's really popular here as well.
What was your favorite part?
Banana shake.
The banana shake, okay.
Hummus.
Hummus, okay. What's your favorite part?
The falafel.
And I liked the pita chips. They were very good. All right, nap time for everybody, so we're heading back to the hotel. Twins are taking a nap, which is normal in these family vlogs, and I'm down in downtown San Jose to explore a little bit. I've actually never spent much time in this city, so I'm excited to spend a couple hours down here.
While the downtown area is known for its museums, I headed to the Cathedral Basilica of St. Joseph first. This Roman Catholic church has a long history in the city, with the first church built in this location in 1803. Many of the churches that stood here were damaged and destroyed over the years, and this is actually the 5th church in this location. Construction on this one began in 1877 and it was completed in 1885. It's open during the day for you to walk through, and it's definitely a beautiful old historic building to explore. Next up, I crossed the street and headed to the San Jose Museum of Art, which has been here since 1969. This is one of the smallest art museums I've been to in California, but it does have some cool contemporary art if you're interested in that type of thing. I walked around and saw most of the museum in about 30 minutes, but of course you can spend more time if you're interested in one of the artists on display. As you continue to the next museum, you'll be walking through the Plaza de Cesar Chavez. This is one of the oldest public spaces in California, and while there's not a lot to see here, it's definitely a place that people hang out. For our last museum in the downtown area, we headed to the Tech Interactive, which is also known as the Tech. This museum is massive, and it's one of the best interactive tech and science museums I've ever been to. There's so many different things here that you can see and experience, and it's definitely one you're going to want to spend some time at.
This is an awesome museum if you have older kids. There's a ton of interactive stuff to do. You could probably spend at least a few hours here.
I'm glad I didn't come with my younger children, as they were way too young to actually enjoy this museum, but I enjoyed it a lot, and I could have spent a lot more time here than I did. There was an entire area dedicated to what life would be like on Mars, different things you could interact with your body, and even a spot that took photos of you and then put them up on display, mixing them with other people. There was also a temporary exhibit on the body. Here you could get an up-close look at all the muscles and bones and different parts that make up the human body. It's weird but also fascinating to see the body like this.
Voted the best museum in Silicon Valley. This was a pretty epic spot. I've been here an hour and I've barely scratched the surface. Before I head back to pick up Amy and the twins, I'm going to one of my favorite coffee shops in downtown San Jose to get coffee for Amy.
You guys know I have coffee shops everywhere, but in downtown San Jose, I love Nirvana's Soul. It's not too far of a walk from the plaza if you're looking for a good drink.
I picked up the crew again, got Amy her coffee, and now we're heading to the Egyptian Museum.
The Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum is one of those places I've been to a few times over the years and probably one of my favorite museums in California. While it's not that big, it has a lot of stuff to see, and they have a replica tomb that you can go into, which is pretty incredible.
Who wants to go in the tomb with me?
This is a rock-cut tomb, and it's actually based on photos that were taken of an actual tomb in Egypt.
Whoa, guys, how cool is this?
If you're interested, you can look online and see some of the photos they took of the original tomb to see how well they redid it here.
This is always my favorite part of this museum, being able to walk down into this replica tomb. It's very unique. Can't say you do that very often.
The museum has 3 floors of exhibits to explore, and it has one of the largest collection of Egyptian artifacts on the western part of the United States. While I spent my time exploring the museum, my children went through the tomb another 6 or 7 times.
Hey, did you guys learn how to play this game? How do you play the game, Jack?
I built a high tower.
Okay, you build a high tower, then what do you do?
Built a high tower too.
That's exactly how it was intended to be played.
Definitely give yourself about 45 minutes to an hour to explore this one, or more time if you're really interested in the Egyptian history.
All right, is anybody hungry?
We had one more stop to make before we headed to dinner though.
We decided to stop by the Rose Garden, which was voted one of the best rose gardens in the United States, but unfortunately, there are no roses blooming, and it's winter time, so we're just gonna go check out the fountain before heading on to dinner.
Even when the roses aren't in bloom, this is still a beautiful place to see, especially during sunset. Plus, if you have kids, it's a great open space for them to run around.
Wow, buddy, that was so fast.
After that, we headed about 5 minutes down the road to a slice of New York style pizza right here in San Jose.
You're just ripping a pepperoni off Mama's pizza. That's how it goes. Oh, don't worry, Mama. I put that cheese back on it for you. I didn't want that.
Really thoughtful.
Whoa, he's hooking us up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's a full slice for you. Jack, here's a full slice.
We were all really impressed by the pizza here. It's a great spot in San Jose, but there's only one table outside to eat, so it's basically a to-go spot. For our last stop of the day, we headed over to Santana Row. This is an awesome location to walk at night with the market lights and for shopping and restaurants.
Santana Row is especially a great place to go if you don't have young children, as there's lots of cool bars and sit-down restaurants and stuff here that you can experience. But with kids, it's still fun to walk around, see the lights and the fountains.
For us, the last order of business was to head over to Smitten Ice Cream Shop.
I need ice cream.
Smitten Ice Cream is a fun spot with families as they use liquid nitrogen to make small batch ice cream.
What do you think? Is it good ice cream?
I need more ice cream.
Really good.
It's worth the $10.
I wouldn't do it all the time.
And just like that, our 24 hours in San Jose is done. Thanks for coming along with us. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and we will see you on the next one.